Hawks21 here, back with another Splinterlands video. So when I first read this proposal, I wasn't even really planning on making a video about it. It just seemed really inconsequential to me. It was one of those situations where I was probably just gonna vote yes. But lo and behold, there ended up being a lot of conversation and discussion about it. Some content creators are, specifically I'm just thinking Tails, seems to think that this is a really, really bad proposal. I watched this video, love Tails, go check out his channel and listen to his content. But here I don't really see what he's so fired up about. Basically, I'm just going to walk through this proposal and give my opinions on it, and you guys can do with that information whatever you want. But before I do that, just a reminder, I am Hawks21 and I cover Splinterlands here on the channel. If you are new to the community, it would be awesome if you could take a second to hit that subscribe button. We're getting close to 1,500 subscribers, which will be our next giveaway. So you'll want to be here before that. Okay, let's get into it. So this is a short one, so we'll just read through it quickly. They want to make the Bloodstones and Power Stones, which, if you don't know, if you come here to the guild situation, so if we go shop and guild, Gladius cases are what give you the Gladius cards, and then Bloodstones improve the drop rate of Gladiator legendary cards, and Power Stones for gold foil. They're basically the same as the potions that we get for normal packs, legendary and alchemy. But as of right now, you can only buy these in merits. So you earn merits by participating in guild brawls. And then you use those merits to buy these packs, buy these potions, open these packs, and use Gladius cards, which if you're unfamiliar, look like this. They all have Bloodlust and can only be used in guild brawl battles. That's it. You can't use these in normal battles. That's why you haven't seen them if you haven't participated in a guild. But they're all pretty powerful cards, and not having them can sort of put you at a disadvantage if you are fighting in brawls, because some of them, having Bloodlust is significant, specifically when you're talking about, like an opportunity monster with Bloodlust. They're specifically targeting the weakest monster on the other team, so it's more likely a monster like this is going to get some, eliminations and really level up their skills. So it's very, very powerful cards here. Now, go back to the proposal. Now that we've got that out of the way, so this proposal seeks to introduce an additional place for players to spend their dark energy crystals while giving guild brawlers the opportunity to earn more gold foil and legendary Gladius cards, which should be important. Yep, it's going to be more important as SPS rewards come to brawls. The proposed price is 150 DEC for both of them, and the DEC gets burnt, right? So in this last video, I covered all the proposals and talked about sort of how they're all DEC sinks. Some I like better than others. This is just another one. Originally, when I first read this, I was like, oh, it was supposed to be in vouchers. Kind of a bummer that we're not getting another voucher use case, but if they want an additional DEC sync, I don't really have a strong opinion on how this is priced. Is this the right number? I'm not sure. Might be a little high. Specifically, but here's the other thing to consider. For the Power Stone, which I believe is the gold foil stone, if you don't play in gold foil phrase in your guild, you don't really need gold foil Gladius cards. You can't sell them. You will get the extra collection power boost, but there's no 10% bonus for winning individual guild battles, right? You're going to get paid SPS at the end of a brawl. You don't get paid SPS, after each battle that you complete. It's after the entire brawl is complete. So there's no 10% bonus for gold Gladius cards. You don't really need them unless you really want the collection power boost. So for me, my guild hasn't even unlocked Power Stones yet. And even when we do, I'm not going to use Power Stones. I don't have I'm a really high level guild. I don't have I have some people in my guild that have complete gold foil decks. I'm never going to be using a gold foil Thread in my guild, so I don't need to worry about gold foil Gladius cards. So I'm not going to waste the money on the Power Stone. But for the Bloodstone right now, I get them every single time because the legendary cards are pretty awesome, and I want to sort of maximize my chances of getting them. So let's keep going. The proposal is to replace merits with DEC as the only way to purchase blood and Power Stones. The appropriate guild store building levels will still be required. So level 6 for Bloodstones, level 8 for Power Stones. Level 8 is really, really high. We don't have a level 8 store, and I think I'm in like the 3rd or 2nd ranked guild. So level 8 is very, very high. We propose that the Guild Quest Lodge discounts apply to, got it. So just like they would apply to your purchases by the Quest Lodge in your guild, you can get discounts on buying things from the store, and these would also apply to that. So to provide some data and context, there are approximately 17,000 Gladius cages purchased from the guild store over a recent 15-day period. If the players bought blood and Power Stones with dark energy crystals to cover the cost of all these packs, that would be 17 million dark energy. Okay, so this is a little misleading because, again, a couple things. You have to have a level 6 store to unlock Bloodstones, right? And people aren't going to wait to unlock Bloodstones to get Gladius cases. Specifically when there's guild brawl rewards, right? You're going to want to have Gladius cards so you're able to fight in frays. Your guild will pick you. You'll be competitive enough that your guild will want you to be one of the ones in the frays, and you'll be earning SPS and merits. So, and the other thing is, even if you do unlock Power Stones, only a specific type of player is going to be, spending the money on Power Stones. So this number is misleading, 100%. I think there's a very small portion of this number that would have used both. I think there's a slightly larger group of people that would use the Bloodstones. I think there's a significant number. Like anyone, I think, with the ability to use the Bloodstones would use the Bloodstones. Power Stones, I'm not so sure. But there's a pretty big number here where you can get Gladius cases at level 2. So there's a lot of room here. Actually, I'll bring it up for you guys. Let me go quickly to guild, just so you know what I'm talking about. You go to buildings. You can see here, the store, right? At level 2 of your store, you get Gladius cases. You don't get Bloodstones here until level 6. So this is significant, like, between your guild, right? This is 400, 450, 460 DEC plus crowns, which that's difficult to do. And then, you're talking 460, 960, and now you're almost talking about, 1.7 million DEC. Combined to get Power Stones. So not a lot of people are going to be using Power Stones. I don't think they needed to put this in. They could have just said, this is how many Gladius cages were purchased, and here's an expected range, right? I think this was a little dishonest. But finally, one do we note that initially we had discussed proposing pricing the stones in voucher tokens rather than DEC. However, we felt it would be better to price them in DEC, as that is what we plan for almost everything that pricing going forward. Okay, that makes sense. On top of the fact that using vouchers would add additional delays in getting... Okay, this last thing I don't really agree with. If for the economy, vouchers were the right choice, which I'm not saying they were, I think you should just wait, or you should accept this delay and make sure you're doing everything right. But this first point where these are the type of things they all want to be priced in DEC going forward. Okay, I get that. I think that makes sense. Again, a little bummer for vouchers. I think we really need something consistent for people to spend vouchers on. Until we get that, the voucher price is just going to continue to go lower and lower and lower. So overall, I don't really see what the big deal is about this proposal. If anything, I think it gives... So merits are hard to earn. You can only earn merits by playing in brawls, and you get them after the end of brawls. So they're not getting rid of merit, it seems. It seems like only the potions are going to be purchasable by merits. So you still need merits for the Gladius cases. And merits are huge, like time and efforts sort of dam to unlocking your Gladius cards and getting them leveled up. Because there's no other way to earn merits outside of playing the game, outside of playing guild brawls. So you have to accumulate merits very, very slow. Sorry, that's not true. You can now get merits in your rewards as well. So just through your rewards, which I think adding them to rewards was great, and through fighting in guild brawls. That's going to be a big hurdle for a lot of players trying to level up their Gladius decks, is getting merits. You can't buy merits. So them putting in, like, you don't have to spend merits on this anymore, right? Like, your merits that you earn can be totally put towards buying the cases. And if you want to use these stones, you have the option in DEC, which you can purchase from the secondary market, right? You can buy as much DEC as you want. Like, you could have, tens of thousands of dollars that you want to buy, quote unquote, merits with, and you wouldn't be able to do it. You cannot buy merits. So freeing up more of those merits to buy more cases, I think particularly helps mid to lower level guilds, right? Because I earn about 6,000 to 7,000 merits per brawl that I participate in. That's enough for three. That's enough for 3 cases, right? I'm not really complaining about having to spend merits, right? I'm getting enough merits where, I need to pull up the dictionary. I am getting enough merits where it's not that big of a deal if I have to spend some to get bloodstones. But for someone who's playing at a lower level, who's, getting a couple hundred merits or, whatever the number is, and then in their rewards, they're getting single-digit merits or, 10 to 20 merits. Having to also spend merits on bloodstones and power stones makes it really difficult for you to get Gladius cases, because you also have to spend merits on the other things. Whereas for me, there's sometimes I'm pulling 4,000 merits out of a chest, right? That's 2 packs, boom, out of just one diamond or champion chest. So I think this proposal actually pretty uniquely helps up-and-coming guilds or mid-level players who would love to level up their Gladius cards, would love to open up Gladius cases, but don't have enough merits to consistently do it. Is 150 DEC the right price? I don't know. Specifically for me, right, I need to buy 5. So now we're talking 750 DEC, 75 cents additional per pack. Okay. I see it. I'm not a Power Stone person, so it's $1.50. That sounds like a lot, a little bit. Maybe the right price is 100 DEC. But overall, the switch from merits to DEC is one I support. It's a DEC sync, which again, I'm going to have a video coming out soon where I talk about, once we get DEC to peg, what should be the next focus of the team. So getting to peg quickly, I think, is good for the stability of the game. And overall, I think this helps people in their quest to level up their Gladius cards. So I'm going to support this, I think. I really didn't think this was a big deal. I was disappointed they didn't use vouchers. And, I think this paragraph is a little shaky logic. I would say inaccurate at best and misleading at worst. But, okay, I'm going to stop it there. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. If you are new to the YouTube community, again, it would be awesome if you could like and subscribe. I will talk to you guys soon.